Hi guys, it's me, moley-kun. The most observant amongst you would have probably noticed I haven't made any videos last week. I didn't do my Sunday video, I didn't do my Tea Time Tuesday video. Because last weekend was rather interesting, if to put it that way. If you remember, I was saying I was meant to be having a special guest last week. And I was meant to be having a special guest. They were flying over from America, from New York, and so Saturday night I came in from work and was going to go to the airport and pick them up because their flight was getting in at like just before 1 AM. And yeah, that was all fine. And I think I actually did quite well considering. And usually, my anxiety usually just plays the fuck up during these sort of things, and it did a little bit. I was like panicking. I had to get to an airport. I've never been to an airport. How do I get there? And all this stuff. And but it was actually quite simple. Once I got the bus timetable, the coach timetable, and just worked it all out, I was quite fine. I managed to get there, and it was all okay. And the one snag I was when I got home from work, checked his flight to see whether it was coming in okay, see when it was coming in. It was arriving 45 minutes early, so there was a little mini panic as the coach isn't going to get there till afterwards, and it's like, and it turned out that was fine anyway because my coach pulled in just as the plane landed, so that was fine. My coach got in half an hour early. I'm rambling and not really saying much, am I? I tend to do that. Anyway, yeah, so all fine. I was then waiting at the arrivals for, must have been like 2 hours. I think, wondering why hasn't he come through customs yet? He must have come through customs. What's going on? Then get a message on Facebook. Because I had my DS with me, so I had some internet access. He messaged me on Facebook. He needed my help getting through customs. They weren't letting him through. And at that point, I just went into complete meltdown, pretty much. I was panicking. I was just shaking all over. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't get to where he was because it was all like security area, forbidden. I couldn't get through. I didn't know what to do, and I'm not even sure why they held him. It's all a bit weird. I still don't really know why. And I mean, I've spoken to him, and I really don't know why they held him. But they held him there, and they wouldn't tell me what was going on. I managed to flag down one of the airport security guys, who isn't part of the border control but just general airport security, and they were quite helpful. They told me that if I go to the information kiosk, there is a number there I can call which puts me through to the border control, and they won't be able to tell me what's going on, but they can at least tell me they've got him. And so I did that, and it turned out that they were holding him until the morning staff came on shift at 7 in the morning to interview him. And by this point, it was like 4 or 5 AM, and I still hadn't got any sleep, and I had no idea what was going on. And, so I was just, well, okay, I can't do anything till 7 AM, I've got to try and get some sleep. I think I managed to get like an hour's, not very good sleep, but I got an hour's sleep anyway. And, just realised I can't really say what's going on because in my head I still don't really know what happened. It's like, the whole thing was just utterly bizarre and surreal. It's anyway, yeah. So next morning, I'm there waiting to hear something, and the border patrol people are absolutely bloody useless. When I tried to ask what's going on, I've been told this, is it going to happen? Is anything going to happen soon? And all I get was tough luck. That was literally what the guy just said to me and then walked off. It's no help whatsoever. I did get a call then of a guy called Andrew, who I think worked for Border Patrol. He might have worked for the Home Office, I'm not sure. And he interviewed me, and I'm still not really sure why they were detaining him, but this, in the end they detained him for 13 hours and then sent him back home for what we've both established is basically a bullshit reason. It pretty much boiled down to they didn't like the look of his face and so sent him home. Yeah, and so I did the interview and I was still like quite shaky, quite panicky, so I still had no idea what was going on, how long it was going to take, whether they were even going to let him through. And so after the interview, it was like, right, I sort of know what's going on now. They're putting together all the information, just making their decisions and stuff. So okay, now I sort of know what's going on. He said to ring me back once they made their decision. I sort of have a point of contact now. I felt a bit more, I'm not sure what the right word is, a bit more secure in the situation. I sort of now had a point of contact, I sort of knew what was going on a little bit. So I managed to go to one of the coffee shops, have a fill of coffee and an apple, which was the only thing I could force myself to eat. And then there was a tannoy announcement saying that there was going to be a chapel service. And I'm not usually much of a churchgoer, despite being raised Roman Catholic. I never really got on with the whole concept of Christianity. One omnibenevolent sky god who seems to preach love, but then the followers don't follow that anyway, and end up hating people for no reason. So it also seems a bit hypocritical to me, and I've never really got on with it. Anyway, I'll do that in another video. So I thought it sort of dawned on me that that was where I needed to be for some reason. I think it was more my just sleep deprived brain was just thinking, I don't know. So I went to the chapel, and I was the only person who turned up for the service, and the chaplain, bless him, he still conducted the service. We had a little bit of a chat beforehand because I got there like 15 minutes early, but he conducted the service, and I told him what was going on, and he completely changed the service so it focused around that and praying for me and whoever the person they were detaining and all the other like people trying to get into the country. Yeah, and it was a nice service actually. I do enjoy a good service when it's done nicely. And then we had a bit of a chat, and then I went away. I was sort of for the next like 2 hours I was sort of napping on and off in chairs, waiting to hear from Andrew to find out what was going on. And it got to like 12 o'clock, and at this point I just completely broke down. It was I ended up going back to the chapel because my just like full panic had hit me again at this stage, because I haven't heard anything. It's been like nearly 3 hours. I don't know what's going on. I could ring him, but I'm not going to. I just don't want to bug him. So I went back to the chapel. The chaplain wasn't there. The chapel was completely empty, and I just burst into tears at that point, because I just felt so bad that he had come thousands of miles. He was so far away from anything he knew. I had no idea what they were doing to him. All I knew is they just detained him. I had no idea. I didn't even know if they had given him anything to eat or drink. I had no idea if it was okay. And I just felt terrible, and it was all my fault that this was happening. And I'm actually starting to shake now. And I cried. I cried until my eyes were sore. Nobody came into the chapel at this point. I was completely on my own, which I'm sort of thankful for. And I was hoping the chaplain would come back, but I don't know. And I, through desperation, I just prayed that one way or another, the whole thing would just end. Because this was like the 12-hour mark now, and I still had no idea how long it was going to last. And here's the really sort of bizarre thing. It's about half hour after I just prayed for this to end and I cried my eyes out, my phone went, and it was Andrew telling me that they have made the decision and they're not letting him into the country, they're going to send him back to America. Wouldn't really tell me why, just said, oh, there was a load of little things we weren't happy about, and that was that. And I asked if I could then at least talk to him to make sure it was okay, and he was like, well, I don't have him with me, but I will try and see what I can do. I've got your mobile number, I'll pass them on to the necessary people and we'll see what we can sort out. And so Andrew was actually quite helpful through, as helpful as he's allowed to be, and it did put me at ease a little bit, which was quite good. But then I thought, well, I'm gonna have to get the coach home now because it's like 1 o'clock. Next coach is 1:45. I don't really want to miss it and be waiting another hour. So I went and got my coach. I then got a call from, I have no idea who, saying if you want to talk to this guy, ring this number. And they gave me the number so fast I couldn't catch it. I didn't have a pen or paper with me either, I was on a coach. And it just hung up. And I was like, well, I have no idea what number I'm calling. So I couldn't, and yeah. And so that was my airport experience. It's the first time I've been to an airport. So I've never travelled abroad. I've never had a passport or anything before. So yeah, that was my airport experience. A friend comes to visit me. They get detained for 13 hours. I have no idea what's bloody going on. Left in complete and utter confusion. And then being told they're being sent home for, I have no idea why. It's like, and this is UK immigration, so if you think of visiting the UK, good luck to you. The whole thing, however, has made me more determined to get my passport, which I actually have. I have my passport application forms here, so I'm going to be filling that in and getting my passport, so I can go and visit him out there in America. It's just made me more determined to do that, so I can turn around and say, ha, fuck you. But it really was a dreadful experience. To be in that state where I had no idea what was going on. I just felt so bad that it was all my fault, because I had invited him over. He was going to stay with me for a while, and we were going to do some sightseeing around the United Kingdom. We were going to go and see like St Stephen's Tower, which is more commonly known as Big Ben in London. We were going to go and see like Oxford University and Stonehenge. We were going to go take a day trip around Bristol, because you've got like HMS Great Britain there, and there's a few other like historic things like the Brunel Bridge and stuff. And none of that's happening now, and it's like we had all these plans, and now they've just been stolen, and I've got to try and somehow fill that void. And my psychoanalytic hat was telling me that I'm trying to overcompensate, since I've made arrangements to try and see friends as much as possible over like week just gone and next week and stuff. So I think I'm maybe trying to overcompensate a little bit. But that's just me being psychoanalytic, which I tend to do some. But yeah, it was just a really dreadful experience, and it's put me off wanting to use an airport ever again, to be honest, or even travel abroad. But then on the flip side, I am more determined to go and visit America, now, just so I can say, so I can stick two fingers up to the immigration people. But yeah, sorry, this has been a rather sort of rambling, not really going anywhere video. But I just wanted to explain why there have been no videos last week, and why there is no special guest now. I shall be back on Tuesday with a Tea Time Tuesday video, which is going to be a tea which was released by Whittard of Chelsea to commemorate the royal wedding which happened yesterday between His Royal Highness Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who apparently is some actress, but I've never heard of her. So yeah, thank you for putting up with this video. I shall see you all on Tuesday, bye.